Hello and welcome to another episode of HW Blue, Solidworks Absolute Beginner Series. This is tutorial number 4. Today we will be starting Feature tab. Previously we completed the Sketch tab, so let's start with the Feature tab. So the very first command which we have here is Extrude Base or Extrude Base. To execute the command, let's click on it. It is asking for a plane selection. So we select the plane. I'll select top plane and I'll draw a rectangle and let's redefine it using automatic tool. Once I come out of this command, it will show a preview of the 3D model shape which we have here. Onto the left, we have that command. So we can change things from here. Let's go all of the options we have in it one by one. So it is saying from sketch plane. So what does means right now the extrusion will happen from the sketch plane onto which we did the sketch. The other option is surface, plane or face. So in this we have to like we can select some other surface also. Even if we did the sketch from here, we can select a different surface to execute the extrude. I will show you next. Then there is vertex also. We can give some vertex to get it started, and offset also. So offset we can see in this example. If I enter a value say 10 mm, so now we see it is actually at an offset of 10 millimeters from the sketch. So now I will keep it sketch plane. So these were the options in the from tab. Next is direction. So direction, when it says blind, blind means you have to tell it that what is the dimension or what is the length which should be there. So it is basically 50 mm high now. And we can change the direction of extrusion by clicking on this particular button over here. So this is blind command. In this we have this draft option also. So if I select it, it will give a draft to it. Right now it has selected 1 degree, but I can change the value from here and you can see the effect of it. It is basically drafting. If you want to draft it outward also, that's also possible by doing the opposite of it. So this was direction 1. At the same time, we can also give direction 2. In direction 2, we also have the same values which we want to add here, or I should say we have the same fields over here also. So here also it is showing blind, but we can change that also. If I want some other type, that is also possible. I'll give it a value of 20 millimeters and we can change the draft of each of it. And even different angle of draft is possible in this case. What is thin feature, that I'll explain later. Here we have selected contours. So because there was only one contour, so it has automatically selected it. But what if we want to change it? Once we do clear selection, because it has got one contour, so it is selecting that only. If we had 2-3 loops, then we would have had the option to select or deselect any of them. So this was blind command, was extrude with the blind. Now if we have some other options also in it. To check that, we select this particular command and do edit feature. So next option is up to vertex. For this we need to have a vertex. We can select a vertex of an existing model or we can create a vertex. Then instead of giving that value over here, we have to select that vertex. To illustrate that, I may need to draw a vertex or a point, but we don't have it at the moment. Up to surface also requires some kind of surface. Offset from surfaces again. Up to body, mid plane. This is all, yeah, mid plane we can see right now. So if I select mid plane, so mid plane is basically nothing but it creates a kind of mirror about the sketch plane. So this is sketch plane. Okay. So to see rest of the commands, to see rest of the commands completely, we need to make another surface also. So I will, for now, I will remove the draft. So let's make another extrusion slightly away from it. To do that, I need to create a plane. So it is saying reference geometry. So in the reference geometry is basically to a geometry which is needed to create a model. It could be a plane, it could be an axis, it could be a coordinate system, point, center of mass, bounding box, mate reference. So let us start with the plane. So how do we create a plane? When we select plane, it is asking for first reference. We can have up to 3 references depending on the constraints we are giving it. So if I select first reference as this, so now if I once I give the value to it, say 50, it is enough to define it because it is saying fully defined. We will study this plane command in detail in the upcoming videos. So now we have got a new plane. Now we can actually understand the other commands which were there in the extrude command, other options I mean. So this plane now we can select and we can create a sketch. So there are two ways of doing extrude. We can create a sketch within the command, or we can create the sketch first and then do the extrude. So this time I am doing the other option. Once first I will create a sketch, then I will do the extrude. So I am creating a sketch and then let's define it. It is defined now. So I have come out of the sketch. Now you see there is a sketch is created. Now if I get into the sketch command, so because we haven't selected the plane earlier, now it is asking to select a plane. But what happened? I have actually entered into a new sketch. I wanted to use this previous sketch which I already did. To do that, I will come out of this sketch and I will select this sketch, press the command. Now you see, this is showing the preview. This time it has not asked to create a new sketch because it understands that there is already a sketch which we are asking it to use. So coming back to the options we have in it, in direction 1 we have got blind, which we have understood. Next is through all. Let us try this. So through all means it is going up to the next available termination point. So it is taking this as the next termination point. So here you will see merge results. What is this? Merge results means, if let's keep it checked for now, and let's press OK. So it is basically one single body. This and this, the software is treating this as one body. And where do we find these bodies? Over here. If you see, there is only one solid body. It has named it as Boss Extrude, but we can change the name also if we want. Rename tree item, or we can call it first body. But what happened if I didn't check that merge results? So right click, edit feature. If I uncheck this box and then do this, the model will still look the same, but there is actually, these two bodies are different now. So this is that first body and this is that second body. So with that option unchecked, we have got two bodies over here. Now moving on to the next option we have in that, I'm going to the edit feature. So next is up to vertex. So if I select this, you see this one is highlighted and it is asking, so it is saying select a vertex to complete the specification of direction 1. So I have to select a vertex. Let's select an existing vertex, this one. So now it is treating as a termination point of itself. The extrusion is done till here. So this is what we have in vertex. We can select some other vertex also, like this. It has gone up to this face, or this point I should say. Next option what we have is up to surface. Up to surface is also similar option, but in this case we have to select surface. If I select this, it went till here, and if I select the other thing, the other face, it went till here. So this is what we have in up to surface. Moving on to the next option, it says offset from surface, which we have already seen. Means we have to provide certain value, how much should be the offset, or sorry, offset from the surface means one, it will be terminated at a value which we specify here with offset of that much value. So it is 102. So if I keep on increasing it, you see it is decreasing, and like that. What if I put a negative value? I can do reverse offset. Negative, it doesn't take negative values, so we can increase it. It is basically reverse offset. So this is offset from surface. Next is up to the body. So what is up to the body? In this case, like we selected vertex, like we selected plane, in this case we will be selecting the body itself. So it has considered the body as its termination, and it has done the extrusion till there. Last mid plane we already discussed. So these are all the options which we have in here, which we can use to make the extrude command feature. Now you see there is also one more field over here which says direction of extrusion. So for now, or I can say the default is like normal to the plane. But if I want to make it slightly tilted or or in some other direction, I can give that direction. If I select this and I select this, it is actually, it looks same because this edge also perpendicular to the this plane. To illustrate this better, we may need to create something different. So we come out of this command. Let's modify this, the first extrusion, edit, and I'll put a draft in it. And I'll change the value to make it more sharp. Now if I get into this command, let's to see what happens. So it is saying I would select in this case up to the body, means this. You see, it has basically aligned itself along the body surface. So here it is going up to the higher point, and here it is wherever it finds the body, it is going up till there. So now let's see if we can change the direction of it. So if I select this and if I select this, see what happens. It is not showing any preview. Maybe it doesn't work. Let's try. Because if it goes in this direction, we don't have any body over here. That's why it is not able to calculate the result. Maybe we should choose some other direction. Let's change it to this. First, this. It says the selection cannot be perpendicular to the normal of the base sketch plane. Okay, because it is perpendicular to the base sketch plane, so it can't happen. Let's try this again. I'm sure it will not work. So maybe we need to do something else in this. I'll come out of the command and I'll rather make a sketch. To do that, or maybe we can still work around it. We just need to change the extrude option. So I will rather give it a blind and then specify the direction. Let's see what happens. See, now it has worked. So basically what it has done, it has aligned the extrusion along with that edge which we have given to it for the direction. So if you see it from the top, this is how it looks with that direction. And this, so this is how it has aligned. Getting back to this command. So yeah, this three we skipped in the beginning. Now we can check this also. So if first was sketch plane, which you already know. Second is surface plane. Let's try. If I select this surface, now we have to see the sketch is on the same plane where it was originally, but it has changed the extrusion plane. I mean, the starting plane of the extrusion. It has changed it. The next option is vertex. Try this. So what will happen if I select any vertex? So again, it has done the same thing what it did previously, because that vertex and the plane are on the same plane. But what if I select some other? So again, it is doing the same thing. The start point, basically it acts as a start point of the extrusion. Third was an offset. So offset, we already understand that we can do the offset. So these all commands are available over here, which we can which use while making any body by using this particular feature or command. So I hope I was able to explain this command to all of you. Let me know if you see any scope of improvement. I do understand that I need to improve my presentation skills a bit more, or there is a lot of improvement scope, I guess. But please leave comments if you have any suggestions to make apart from that. And also, it is very encouraging for us if you subscribe to our channel. We'll definitely we'll definitely improve the quality with time. Thank you for your time. See you in the next video.